Welcome to AG Chronicle.
He was the last king of a dying empire, once master of millions. But in the end, he ran. He begged. He bled. This is the real story of Darius III, the final king of the Achaemenid Persian Empire, and how betrayal, defeat, and torture ended his dynasty. In 336 BCE, Darius III rose to power in Persia, a vast empire stretching from the Mediterranean to India. But his reign began with blood. He was not the chosen heir. He was placed on the throne by powerful courtiers. After a wave of assassinations, he ruled from a palace of gold, but stood on foundations of sand. Across the Aegean Sea, a young Macedonian king was rising, Alexander the Great. In 334 BCE, Alexander invaded Persian territory. He crushed Darius's forces at the Battle of Granicus. Darius dismissed it. A skirmish. A fluke. He would strike back personally. Darius gathered a massive army, perhaps 100,000 strong. He led them into the field at Issus. But the unthinkable happened. Alexander's smaller force outmaneuvered and overwhelmed the Persians. Darius fled the battlefield, leaving behind his chariot, his gold, and even his own family. His wife, daughters, and mother were captured by the Macedonians. Alexander treated them well out of respect or politics. Darius was humiliated. Darius tried to negotiate. He offered gold, lands, even his daughter in marriage. Alexander refused. He wanted everything. In desperation, Darius raised another army. Massive, multinational, with war elephants and chariots. At Gaugamela, the two kings met once more. And once more Darius fled. This time, his empire crumbled behind him. Babylon surrendered. Susa opened its gates. Persepolis burned. Darius fled east, toward Bactria. But he was no longer seen as a king, only a burden. His satraps, once loyal governors, turned on him. Among them was Bessus, the satrap of Bactria, Persian noble claiming royal blood. Bessus conspired with others and seized the king. Darius was betrayed by his own men. He was bound in chains, mocked, spat on, beaten. As Alexander closed in, Bessus and his allies panicked. They couldn't let Darius fall into Macedonian hands alive. But they also feared killing a king. So they chose cruelty. They stabbed him repeatedly, but left him dying, bleeding in the back of a wagon. He was found barely alive by Alexander's scouts. Darius used his final breath to curse his murderers and thank Alexander for mercy he never received from his own people. He died in the dirt, alone, tortured, king no more. Alexander was enraged. He hunted Bessus down. When Bessus was captured, he was tried for regicide, the murder of a king. His punishment? He was mutilated. His ears and nose were cut off. Then he was torn apart by horses. A Persian punishment for a Persian traitor. Darius's death marked the fall of the Achaemenid Empire, one of the greatest in history. His body was buried with royal honors by Alexander himself. A final gesture of respect from the man who destroyed him. Darius III was born a noble, crowned a king, but remembered as the ruler who ran. He lost his kingdom, his people, and finally, his life. To betrayal, to torture, to history. Real history isn't always heroic. Sometimes it ends in chains. Like, share, and subscribe for more dark history from the ancient world.